MakerDAO. Welcome to the Forum at a Glance, a weekly review of what's happened on the forums for the week of August 20th to the 26th. Beginning with announcements, Friday's executive on August 20th was delayed to go live. Peyton from GovAlpha Core Unit published a post detailing two main factors which caused the compounding delay effect. The executive went live the next morning on August 21st with everything functioning properly. Next, Sebastian from Real World Finance Core Unit announced their partnership with JST Capital. They will both work together with Centrifuge and their asset originators to bring on-chain securitization to institutional investors. Sebastian also published a detailed roadmap for on-chain securitization based on their internal monthly audit, along with the initial review of the new Silverton Lake legal structure by Sherman and Sterling. We have Brian McMichael from Protocol Engineering Core Unit, who announced that they are preparing a new PAX PSM deployment for August 27th executive. They will propose the initial debt ceiling of 50 million Dai during initial deployment period, with hopes to increase that debt ceiling up to 500 million Dai in the following executive. Next up, Philip from the Dux team published a postmortem of a bug that they discovered, which caused the governance portal's on-chain effects tab on the executive vote detail page to display an error message. This data relies on external API sources, which were unavailable at the time. The Dux team details the current situation along with what they plan to do next. Moving on to popular discussions of the week. Following discussions of institutional and long-term vaults proposal, Ace from Real World Financial Core Unit seeks community feedback on proposed scenarios that are analyzed for the economics of the institutional vault terms and assess their impact and revenue. We also have MakerMan, who works that we are giving away our hard-earned information without restrictions or rights by publicly posting the legal IPs constructed by real-world asset entities, and in response, he promotes the community for comments and discussion on how to best manage this situation. As the Maker protocol attempts to scale exposure to real-world assets, Paper Imperium discusses that Maker is required to institute better internal controls as we become large enough to afford them. He proposes that the Real-World Finance Core Unit should be split into two, one focusing as a business core unit and the other focusing as a risk core unit. Check out the post for a much deeper discussion. The second largest United States mortgage lender, UWM Holdings Corp., plans to start accepting cryptocurrency payments this year, beginning with Bitcoin. So SpiderMo suggests that we contact them to see if they would be interested in accepting Dai as their first stablecoin for mortgage payments. FedStrat initiates a discussion of questions around how stability fees affect the TIN overdrop ratio, specifically in New Silver. Diego from Clufco team promotes a discussion on the idea of improving the metrics and measurement of voting participation and voting activity. Finally, Ammon suggests that the idea of recurring revenues by Maker in the hope of promoting reliability to users who would rather be liquidated than pay back their debt. We have one signal request that carry over from last week, where Hexanaut suggests to follow DYDX by permanently removing flashment fees, helping improve both arbitrage for Dai and front-end user experience. Although there are risks for potential loss of revenue, DYDX has shown its liquidity pool increase by tenfold, making it large enough to cover most use cases. For more information on the Forum at a Glance, check out the Forum at a Glance post, which includes the 3-point summary, ongoing initiatives, and help wanted. MakerDAO. Hey, Maker.